What's up, all my AR-15 brethren? It's me again. Yep, it's that guy. Reason why I wanted to make this video, because this never gets said. To all you gun snobs out there that are always knocking PSA, and I can guarantee you, like 99% of you have never even owned a PSA rifle, let alone probably even shot one. You just love to dog cheaper stuff because maybe you can afford something more expensive. Well, guess what? Not everybody can afford a Daniel Defense, dude. Okay? And that's nice if you can. If you got a $2,000 paperweight sitting in your safe that you probably don't even shoot that often. And honestly, I don't care how often you shoot it. But do you ever like rationalize with yourself and ask why PSA rifles are so easy to obtain? Okay, look at it this way. You take a Ferrari car, right? Okay, do you know why they're so expensive? Because they make everything by hand. That's why it takes so long to make them. And that's why they're so expensive. Okay? Now, on the other side of the fence, you got the PSA rifle compared to like a Honda car. Okay? If I'm the CEO of Honda, I want to make as many of them as I can so I can sell as many of them as I can, right? So I'm going to do everything I can to produce and manufacture them as fast as I can so I can sell them at a cheaper price so that I can get as many of them out there to the population as possible. And that's exactly what PSA does, okay? Just because they're cheaper doesn't mean they're shit. I've had many PSA products. I've never had a problem with any of them. And every time I go to buy something new, whether it's a rifle, car, motorcycle, anything like that, I see nowadays we have YouTube. I can go to YouTube and look at reviews, look at torture test videos, look at product testing videos. I can do all of that stuff now that we can do that in 2023. You couldn't do that 30 years ago. You had to buy it and find out the hard way. But I've never seen any torture test video with a PSA rifle that raised a red flag to me. I'm sorry. So to all you guys that are thinking about buying PSA products, buy them. Dude, I'm telling you, you won't regret it. Especially if you're just an average guy, average shooter. You only shoot once every couple of months. Don't listen to these snobby, know-it-all assholes on here that think they know everything. Dude, I disregard everything they say, because that's all they are. They're snobs and know-it-alls, and they walk around like this with their Daniel Defense all day long, Nobody listens to you, dude. Nobody cares what you think, I remember a time when I barely had, okay, let me tell you this. My first rifle was a DPMS. My first AR-15 rifle was a DPMS. I paid $700 for that thing during that, remember when that shooting happened in Connecticut, when all those poor little kids got killed by that freak? And I was living in Florida at the time. You went into gun stores like a week after that, and they were empty, bone dry, nothing in there. The only thing you could find in there was maybe some revolvers and a couple of 22s. I mean, the place was just every gun store. And if you know what I'm talking about, comment, because I was in Florida at the time, but I'm sure that was like everywhere that happened. But I bought a DPMS, didn't know shit about AR-15s really. I mean, I've shot them before, but I didn't even know anything about them back then. So I bought that rifle, and honestly, it was a piece of shit. But was that operator error maybe? Because I was feeding so much Russian crap through it, steel crap. Yeah, the thing used to jam like every fourth round, but you live and you learn. So anyway, if you want to buy a PSA, dude, if you're thinking about it, just go buy it. Do not listen to these snobby assholes on here that think they know everything. Trust me, they don't. If you've never owned a PSA, then you have no basis for an opinion. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, I don't know where you get your opinion. You have no opinion because you've never used it. You've never gone out and put thousands of rounds through this rifle. You're talking out of your ass, dude. That's like me making a video about a freaking Rock Island Armory or something. I've never owned that product. or a Bushmaster. I've never owned that either. So what I'd be talking out of my ass, you know? So if you're going to have opinions, know what you're talking about, dude. You know, say, yeah, I own that rifle, and I had this, that, and the other thing that used to happen to me all the time. Just like I said with that DPMS, man, that thing used to jam on me all the time. But I'm also willing to admit that maybe it was because of me, because I was feeding so much Russian steel crap through it, and that's why it was gunking up all the time, you know? So you can't just blame the product all the time, you know? You got to take a step back and say, okay, what was I doing, you know? It's like a Ford Mustang, right? I've owned 4 of those cars, and they broke all the time. Well, you know why they break all the time? Because I beat the shit out of them. Everybody beats the shit out of those cars, and that's why they break all the time. If you didn't beat the shit out of it, it might run good every single day. So come on, man. You got to be reasonable when you're making these assessments and your little reviews. You know what I'm saying? So anybody who lives in the rational world, like I hope you do, you know what I'm talking about. Anybody else, if you got PSA products, put your reviews in there. Tell us what you think about them. Honestly, I've never bought a full PSA rifle, like complete. I bought pieces and put them together. When I build a rifle, I usually always use a PSA upper. You know, like I'll build I'll buy a strip lower, build the rest of it, and then slap a PSA upper on top of it. And I've never had any problems with them. I mean, they shoot true. They're really nice. You know, I've never, and I guarantee you, if I had a problem with them, I would be the first one to sit on here telling you exactly what the problem was. You know, but I also got a Delton. I bought that rifle like 5 years ago as a kit. It was like a $400 kit. I bought it at a gun store in Conway, South Carolina. Man, that rifle is awesome. I bought the $400 kit, slapped put it together on a Anderson Arms strip lower, and I've never had a problem out of that rifle. Ever. It's never jammed on me. You know what I did to that thing? I stuck one of those BCM extractor springs in the bolt. Thing never jams on me. Ever. I mean, it runs. Like, it never have problems. Delton, if you're ever thinking about getting a Delton, buy one, dude. Those rifles are awesome. I would never get rid of that thing. I love that rifle. For $400, I was like, dude, this thing is money, you know? So you can't go wrong with a deal like that. And for you guys, just because you're buying a $2,000 rifle, I mean, yeah, you're getting a good product. There's no one saying that you're not. But what I'm trying to say is you didn't really need to spend that much money to get a good product. There's plenty of good rifles out there that you can get for $500-600. And if you're not going out there like seriously competing, like in crazy like competitions, then what are you doing? You're just pissing your money away, dude. That's like $2,000. I could have bought 2 or 3 rifles, or a really nice rifle and maybe a couple handguns or something, you know, or a whole bunch of accessories, you know, like other stuff. You know, you could have put together a nice tack vest or something like that. You know, there's so many other things you could do with that money. So if you have that kind of budget, great, man, that's good. But you can't sit here and assume everybody else does, you know, because we don't. I mean, back in the day, I was broke as shit, and I was so grateful to just have that one, you know. And now I got 6 of them. But, you know, I'm older, and I put in a lot more work. When you're in your 20s, you can't really expect to have a whole lot when you're in your 20s, you know. Now I'm in my 40s, so I got a little bit more because I've worked a lot harder over my life. But anyway, please comment and post a video. If you got some PSA stuff, post a video. I want to hear about it. Or like another kit rifle from another company. I want to hear about that too. All right. Like I said, that Delton kit, man, that's great. And there's other kits I would be willing to put together. I just don't. It's just like PSA is such a go-to for me because, like I said, I live in the Myrtle Beach area and it's right down the street. It's so easy for me, and they make really good stuff. So I'm like, it's just common sense to me to just go there and get all my stuff, you know? So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments.